Ladies and gentlemen, it's said when you smell fresh flowers, know that spring is around, and when you smell fresh tar, know that elections are around. Right ahead of Diwali, Mumbaikars and those of you who are planning to travel to Mumbai have been given a gift by the Shinde government. The Maharashtra government has announced a complete toll waiver for light motor vehicles at all the 5 toll booths in Mumbai. It will come into effect from midnight today. This toll waiver is expected to bring in relief to people traveling in and out of Mumbai. The 5 booths at Dahisar, LBS Road Mulund, Eastern Express, Highway Mulund, Airoli Creek Bridge and Vashi will be toll-free now. While the decision is expected to benefit about 2.8 lakh people, the opposition has questioned the government on the timing of the decision, which is just ahead of the scheduled Maharashtra elections. Shiv Sena UBT leader Aditya Thackeray hit out at the government for looting people for 2 years and then doling out toll waiver hours before an election code of conduct. He went on to say in his post on social media platform X that for their own self it was 50 khoke or 50 crores. Now after khoke and dhoke, they are trying to give our state peanuts. To talk more on this, I'm joined by Advocate Sushiben Shah, spokesperson for the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, Chandrasekhar Jha, spokesperson for the Shiv Sena UBT faction, and Shailesh Gandhi, former CIC, is joining us on the broadcast. We are expecting Advocate Shah to join us soon. But good evening and welcome to both of you. Mr. Shailesh Gandhi, let me begin with you. Before I get into the politics of it, I want to understand, clearly it's a huge relief for the commuters on each of these tolls. It clearly, comes as a benefit for lakhs of people who travel in and out of Mumbai every day.
That is true. The question is, why just before the election announcement? This could have been done earlier. And what bothers most of us is, everywhere this game is going on throughout the nation. Every election, people are promising, making various promises, and we don't know where the money is going to come from. I think it's time that we, as entrepreneurs, for example, we have to give a 5-year projection or 10-year projection to industries or financial institutions of how a new project will go off. No such calculation is being done. I suspect we should do a 10-year or 15-year future calculation, and people must be asked to explain how they get the money. Otherwise, we are getting into a debt trap, and I hope we don't become like Sri Lanka or Pakistan.
Okay. Chandrasekhar Jha, Aditya Thackeray has, of course, questioned the timing of this decision. He's also said that, this is something that is being done to hide and cover up the loot that the current regime has been doing for the last 2 years.
Actually, if you see the law and order situation in the Maharashtra for the last 3 months, it has gone down, and no control, whatever they have been trying to do, but there is no control for law and order. There have been deaths, there have been gang rapes, there have been rapes, there have been accidents. Majority of them are who have been coming from the ruling party. And eventually they have not taken serious actions, even after getting the orders from the High Court, even after getting the slams from the High Court, Honorable High Court at Mumbai. So eventually, if you see, these kind of things will not cover up. And eventually the kind of schemes which have been given, Maharashtra is far way ahead of other states like MP and Uttar Pradesh. And even the people rely upon infrastructure development and all these things. Eventually, infrastructure development, if you see, there are many scams which have happened. The bridges have made the bridges have shown cracks. Eventually, everything is going against them. Negativeness is against them. Positiveness has come to the opposition. And eventually, if the elections are held on time, but eventually the ECI is also working at the behest of the ruling party. They have not declared the elections till date. This kind of situation creates a havoc. And eventually, what has happened in Maharashtra, the government which has run for 2.5 years right now, they were illegal government. The Supreme Court is deciding on that issue. So these things have come into negative of their part and positive of the opposition.
Okay, but can I just ask both of you? I absolutely understand that the timing of this decision, of this announcement, is questionable, just right ahead of the Maharashtra elections. But if you see it from the people's point of view, whether it comes before the elections or after the elections, it's only benefiting lakhs of people. How does it matter when it's coming? It is at the end of the day benefiting those who are traveling in and out of Mumbai. So why not focus on that? Chandrasekhar Jha, you want to go ahead first?
The exceptions which are coming from this government after 2 years, 2.5 years being into rule, these exceptions will not help them in elections in any way. See, the major problem which is Maharashtra is now facing is the law and order issue. Law and order issue, you see how Baba Siddiqui and others have been attacked. They have been shooted out. These things are coming negative with this government. Law and order issue is a major issue in any state. If the elections are going to be held, the major issue will be law and order in a state. And how the failure of a law and order, the
Okay.
minors were raped, the Badlapur incident, the accident which has happened in Pune, nothing, no justice has come forward, and the basic
Okay. Okay. You know
running
what,
of
Chandrasekhar Jha,
government is
let me get
completely.
Advocate Sushiben Shah to respond to what you're saying.